Hello, my name is Brian Swanson, and I recently wrote a book called Social Injustice Path to Nihilism. Since we are at the end of Black History Month, I would be remiss if I didn't read something from my own book. The selection is called The African Warrior. The African warrior planted his foot in the sand, leaving a distinct imprint in the form and civilization of man. The warrior taken from his homeland, on board a ship of oppression bound for a new land. The warrior in chains, but his spirit is still free, leaving a footprint in the sand, making it possible for us to stand. The warrior's spirit has taken the form of Harriet Tubman, who left her indelible footprints while guiding her people through the dark southern wilderness to that beacon of northern light called freedom. The warrior has taken the form of Frederick Douglass, who helped to make strides in the abolishment of slavery and who left a big imprint of thought in the sands of American history. The warrior has also taken the form of George Washington Carver, Benjamin Banneker, Dr. Charles Drew, and Garrett A. Morgan, showing the ingenuity of fortitude of invention, leaving a distinct imprint in the everyday lives of American society. The warrior spirit has also took the form of Ida B. Wells, who wrote about the lynchings of black Americans and brought to light the injustices of hatred toward the most persecuted beings. The warrior has been Carter G. Woodson, Booker T. Washington, Marcus Garvey, and W.E.B. Du Bois. All left giant footprints in the form of intellectual conversation and stimulation of thought about the role of black people in American society. The warrior spirit also shone through in voice, with the likes of Mahalia Jackson and Marian Anderson singing to soothe the savage beasts of the day. Then in 1936, the warrior stood in the form of Jesse Owens, dashing Hitler's myth of the master race and leaving big footprints in the myth and ideology of racial superiority. In World War II, the warrior spirit took the form of the Tuskegee Airmen, who proved that black people were smart enough, dedicated enough, and brave enough to fight for and defend this country, even though they were treated as second-class citizens. And in 1947, the warrior stood in the form of Jackie Robinson at Ebbets Field, bearing the brunt of taunts and epithets, and yet he still stood on first base, sacrificed himself for second base, took third, and stole home, breaking the barriers of America's two favorite pastimes, baseball and racism. Then, in 1955, the African warrior took the form of Rosa Parks, who refused to move to the back of the bus, and by not moving, she lit the fire of a movement for civil rights. Then the warrior became Martin Luther King, marching for freedom and uttering his dream in the air of hostility, hoping to provide a foundation of hope on which to stand and be counted. The warrior is also Malcolm X, standing and delivering his message of black empowerment and self-improvement, wanting to lead his people from the ruins of self-hatred into the stark reality of self-love. The warrior also showed himself in the spirits of Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder, having the courage to deliver messages of love in the era of persecution and stirring the consciousness of people through the genius of their music. Even though the warrior has taken on more of a modern form, it still faces a lot of old problems. The warrior continues to fight, the warrior continues to struggle to reach the boundless landscapes of freedom. Now the warrior looks at the shadow of his future self and it urges the shadow to continue the journey toward freedom in this nation, not just for modern prosperity, but for those lost sands of African civilizations. Peace, and we out.